Hello, troopers, and welcome back to Ask G.A.R Productions. I got some really good questions this week. Excited to jump right into it, and we will jump in it with a question from Boyle asked, do you think they will bring back clone Oddball in the Revenge of the Sith ARC-170? And I'm going to throw in Finzard, because he also asked, if we get an ARC-170, do you think we will get all three pilots, or do you think we will get two like the last one, and like the Praetorian Guard, there's only two instead of three? So I'll answer Boyle's half the question first. I don't know if we will get Oddball. I'd say it's like a 50-50 chance since they've already made him. So it kind of just depends on if they're willing to make a special mold. That's if we get the ARC-170. I would highly expect us to. They are probably going to have to bring back the clone episode 3 pilot mold. I don't know if that's still in production. So they probably will have had to bring that back into production. But going along with Finzard, if they do make the ARC-170, which I think they will, again, I don't know if we'll get Oddball, I give it 50-50, but I would say probably an 80 to 85% chance that we would get all three clone pilots. The only reason we might not, I think we will. They've been a bit more generous, it seems like, in the bigger starfighters with giving like 4 to 5 minifigures. That gives room for a buzz droid and an astromech and all three clones, or something else that they want to throw in there instead of a buzz droid and still have all three clone pilots. So I think they will do all three clone pilots. Again, if we get one, but I think we will. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. Clips Films Melbourne asked, do you think Lego lacks some recolors for some pieces, especially new ones? I know there are some, but he comes up with 2 examples. Darth Maul should have gotten a Monkey Kid hilt for his lightsaber in Ahsoka versus Maul set this year, in the Sith Infiltrator, and then Ventress lightsaber hilts are not metallic, and they should be. I think they should try at times. I think some pieces are fine, but other ones, they don't really fit as well in the right color scheme. Even on a big version of that, I know they didn't really know it, but on a massive scale of getting sets the right colors, we have even things like I don't know if it's preliminary photos were different, but you have like the Bad Batch shuttle being blue instead of gray in the show. You have Kylo Ren's shuttle being gray at first, and then they might manage to fix it a couple years later with black. So yes, I think getting a more correct color and metallic style when the pieces are out there just seems silly for me for them to do it better. I think they should do that, but for whatever reason, sometimes they seem to cheap out on some of those things for some reason. Comic Boy asked, with how long Lego production takes, I assume the set designs are pretty much done for all of 2025. Well, Rogue One, we've talked about that time, is in the 10th is going to be the 10th anniversary in 2026. Are there any sets you would like to see from that movie we did not get in the original wave? He's hoping for a Zeta-class shuttle. I would agree with that. I think that is pretty much the only one. I would like to see a Zeta-class shuttle. I did not actually know this. I can't remember where it was stated, but somewhere someone asked a designer, the Lego designers actually want to do Krennic's shuttle. Disney wanted them to do Krennic's shuttle slot was supposed to be a Zeta-class shuttle, which is very interesting. But I think the Lego designer even responsible for doing the Zeta-class shuttle is like, I'd rather do Krennic's shuttle, so they let him do Krennic's instead. So we almost got a Zeta-class. So yes, I would like to see a Zeta class. I think that would be cool. The only other thing I think would be cool from that, which I don't think it would get the large set thing, and it'd be kind of hard with the fin on the bottom, but I would like to see a Profundity class. The Profundity, I think that would be cool. That would pretty much be the only other set that I would be interested in from Rogue One. I think that hasn't been made already. We could do some redos. You guys can hear me talk about that in last week's episode if you have not listened to that. Giorgio Thread, I believe, asks, do you think we will get a new clone turbo tank in 2025? And do you think it would be based on the Bad Batch, Battle of Kashyyyk, or Clone Wars? I don't know if we will. Again, kind of said that earlier with something with the ARC-170. I give it about a 50-50 chance that we get it. It just depends on it depends on one, if the large sets, the 2 or 3 large sets for the year go to episode 3, and then if they do, what they end up doing, because there's a lot of vehicles that could fit that high-end space that they haven't either never done or haven't done in a while, that deserve it. Although I would probably put the turbo tank at 75 to 80% chance of one of the big slots. They know we want it. They know that we want clone sets. They know that we want a turbo tank. They know it's been over 10 years. Or no, excuse me, not 10 years. But it's been like 8 years at this point. So it's been a while. So they know we want one. And of the Bad Batch, Battle of Kashyyyk, or Clone Wars, I would pretty much put it at a 95 chance because of People wanting Kashyyyk Scouts. There's already been leaked designs through the game that all the other clones in that have already ended up coming true, except for Wolf as well. So between all those things, it being episode 3, people like Kashyyyk Sets. I probably am going to put it a 95% chance that it's going to be a Battle of Kashyyyk turbo tank. I really think that is a high probability. Star Wars fan 212 asks, should LEGO make a CIS dropship with 3 super battle droids and a Commander Thorn figure, since that was his last fight and one of the best in the Clone Wars? I think they should. I think it'd be a really cool sub-deviation. They seem to like shock troopers right now, so you could also put a shock trooper in there as well with Commander Thorn. Get some supers, get a commando droid or 2 in there as well. I think would fit well, and then a droid gunship. However, I don't see them doing it anytime soon, though, because next year would be a nice slot for it. However, if they're going to do a gunship, going along with last question that it's going to be Kashyyyk, if they do a droid gunship next year, it's going to be Kashyyyk. It's just, I would be surprised if they did not. And then Shreens, sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that. I apologize. Any guesses on when we will see the return of Jangos Slave I or the return of any Wookie sets? So I'll answer the second part of the question. Wookie sets, our best chance, if you're talking like episode 3 Wookie vehicles, if you're talking about that, or Wookiees in general and Wookie vehicles, next year's our best bet. It's been a long time since they've done a Wookiee set based on episode 3, but we very well could. I don't know if one of them would get a slot there, but it's a good chance. So I'd say next year is going to be your best chance for a few years. Jangos Slave I, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I'd say the next best chance is you would think might be the 25th anniversary. Sometimes they celebrate that. This year they did with LEGO Star Wars and the Phantom Menace. Other times they don't. You would have thought we would have got it with Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter when it was the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. Seemed like a perfect time, and they could have just done a recolor from Boba Fett's Slave I from the Mandalorian that they did. I don't know why they didn't do that, but that's beside the point. So probably the next best chance would be the 25th anniversary, which I believe is 2027. Maybe we'll get it then. Honestly, though, should have been in 2022 with Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. 2022 with Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter would have paired perfectly. I don't know why they didn't do it. Kind of a giant missed opportunity, because again, something that I'm pretty sure they know everyone wants, but did not do. So thank you guys for some of the questions, some really good ones talking about, again, Revenge of the Sith. I know we're all super excited about it. Stay tuned to the channel. As soon the winter set list should be coming out probably in August, so in the next, maybe even a little bit earlier, but the next month or so it's going to be coming out. And as soon as I hear anything, I see anything, I'll try and get a video out, at least on the pertinent things to the channel, like army building sets. I know will be so I'll definitely about that, but just in general, I'll try and get the news out as soon as I can, because hopefully we will have some good episode 3 sets in there. So thank you guys for listening. If you liked the video, or if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and please leave a comment question down below for next week to get answered. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.